Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm honoured to be joined by Junior Witter, one of very few Brits, should I say, to hold the green and gold. How are we, mate?
I'm very well, thank you.
Looking very dapper as well, I must say.
Right.
Yeah, well, aren't we all? Fans back in attendance tonight. We've just seen an absolute tear up with fans going wild. Shakan stopped someone earlier and we heard the roar. It's nice, isn't it?
It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's been awful. It's been awful sat at home watching on TV thinking, I want to be there. I want it. The atmosphere is key to a lot of stuff. And with a boxing match, it's unbelievable. I've walked in tonight and there must have been 100 people when I walked in at most. But I got a buzz from it. I got a buzz from a sheer 100 people. Oh, there's only 500 people in total tonight, but there's an atmosphere. It feels that last fight was unbelievable. They left it all out there. I mean, area title fight, but they put some work in. Some good skill, some good power, a lot of heart, good chins.
And we were just saying this, some of the media boys, it gives me goosebumps to think about 20,000 at the O2, if that's what 500 can do.
It does, and it's like, I'm just like, York Hall, Bethnal Green, yeah.
Give me a York Hall tear-up.
York Hall tear-up. Listen, the East End of London, they know the boxing, they love it, and that is the venue for small halls. It's absolutely unbelievable. I've boxed there a couple of times. It's unbelievable. I boxed there as an amateur, boxed there as a pro, and for me, for small hall, that's the one. And I'm buzzing for one night like that again.
Can't wait to get back to a packed York Hall. Going to move swiftly on to tonight's proceedings, a division you know very well. Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. This is mouth-watering.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's for all the gold. Yeah, it's what every fighter wants, every champion wants. I want to grab them all. Yeah, and there's normally a load of politics stopping it, and because of this, what's ever happened, it's on, and it's perfect. It's absolutely brilliant. Buzzing for it. It's one of those fights. Pick 'em. Who do you like? Yeah, who's on form? Who's mentally stronger? And that's for me the key to this fight is the mental strength. Yeah, Ramirez just for me doesn't seem as mentally strong as Taylor. He's pushing it, and as you can see with the interviews and stuff, he's been fiery, more than normal. And that just shows how much it means to him, how much he knows everything's on the line. Yeah, so for me, it's one of those I just think, I've got to go that way, but realistically, it's still a pick and fight.
What do you make of the sort of Josh Taylor antics? Because I've been around Josh for a couple of his fight weeks. He gets very agitated. That's why they call him Hank, because as it gets nearer to fight night, he's very on edge. We saw him go up to Ramirez for no reason really and push him yesterday. He wants to sort of get in his head. He wants Ramirez to engage in that sort of lip. But Josh just seems like he's feeling it.
I just think everyone's different and we have different triggers and people are wonderful things. Yeah, what works for you doesn't work for me. And that's what we've got here. We've got a fighter. And because of the pressure what's on, because of the achievement that's going to be there to having all four belts, you're on edge. You've got to be, because you know the man in front of you is probably the best in the world, barring you.
And we've had a lot of Brits go over the last couple of years to the States and things haven't gone our way, but with Josh at the moment, are we looking at someone who, if he's to win, isn't just a British great, he's already a Scottish great? Are we looking at someone where you can say, all right, he's in the pound for pound list?
It definitely is in the pound for pound list. Of course he is, has to be. All four belts, how can he not be? Yeah.
British boxing legend?
Listen, the way things have gone, you look at it and you think, he's up there. You've got to give him his credit. He's gone out there and he's done the deed, so.
And I'm going to try and swing these two questions in together by linking it one way. So there's a fight that I know that didn't happen in your career that people talk about. The man Ricky Hatton is here tonight. I just want to know first off, have you seen Ricky? And have you conversed in recent years at all?
Yeah. Over the last few years we have. I think 2011 to 2013, I was regularly going up to his gym, sparring his fighters coming through, beating them up. Yeah. And then
Ricky watching on.
Yeah, Ricky watching on, giving it, I'll get him. Yeah, but no, it's life, it's what happens. You know what I mean? It's not a case of we've got bad blood now. It's a case of we run each other's way and we both want to prove we were the best. Me more than him.
And I was going to link it because that's exactly the sort of thing that we don't want to see. We don't want to look back and retire and go, why hasn't it happened with Joshua and Fury? Your thoughts on the arbitration? I said this to Peter Fury. I've never even heard of the word, and last week it's all I've been hearing about. Arbitration, Joshua Fury under threat. Just disappointing from a British boxing standpoint. We're going to get 2 good fights from it, but it's not the fight we want.
We are definitely going to get 2 good fights, yeah, but realistically, it's frustrating as can be. It's annoying. I don't understand the politics. It makes no sense to me that something like that can stop a fight. Yeah. But I look and I think, well, Fury's team knew about the arbitration. AJ's team knew about the arbitration. They both thought they'd put it to bed, yeah, and then announced the fight, yeah, because they thought it was going to happen. And I know they both sat there frustrated because they've lost a hell of a lot of money, a lot of time. They've been focusing on the wrong opponent for their next fight, and they've got to get on with it.
And with Fury Wilder, everyone's broken it down. I'm not sure if it's a fight a lot of people are interested in seeing a third time. I know there'll be a big buzz near it, but it brings Joshua Usyk into play, which is just so intriguing. Like, I can't picture them 2 in the ring. I've said this to everyone. I don't even know how that plays out. It's so intriguing.
It's very intriguing. But we'll go back to I'll go back to Tyson Fury versus the dangerous puncher in history, the biggest puncher in history. The biggest puncher in history is still the biggest puncher in history. It don't matter if he lost his last 2. 1 punch changes everything. Yeah, he could do it. Yeah, I know a lot of people. Everyone's going to write him off, and I don't think he's going to do it. But he could do, and it's not a massive shock if he does it. It's a shock, but it's not a massive shock. Yeah, and if you go the other way, Usyk's got a very good chance because Usyk's everything that's wrong for AJ. He's small, he's got a really good movement, he's got decent angles. Yeah, the only thing is he don't hit hard enough. But he don't hit hard enough to spark someone out with 1 punch. But if he hits you with enough left hooks like he did to Bellew, you're gone. So there's still, them 2 are still excellent fights, yeah, but they're not the fight we really want to see, and it's as annoying and frustrating as it can be that fight hasn't happened in July like it's supposed to, and we might have to wait till the end of the year, and hopefully it happens at the end of the year.
There are a lot of problems in boxing in general, and I suppose things are different even from when you were fighting to now. Rematch clauses, I don't know, they're just so interesting. Like, do we need to evaluate as a sport rematch clauses? Because I know you said he's the biggest puncher in history, Deontay and whatnot, but when someone's been stopped and the first fight was it was a draw, but people didn't think it was, do we need a third? Do rematch clauses need to be reviewed, do you think?
I think that rematch clause definitely does, yeah. And when you've got someone got beat but got the decision, then got knocked out, he shouldn't have a third fight, yeah, until he's beat somebody else who was in line for that. If he then wins the eliminator, yeah, it's back on. But if he doesn't, no, it shouldn't happen. Rematch clauses are a pain. I understand them because it's the business, but I don't particularly like them one little bit.
Well, I said, just going back to the era you were fighting in when you was in your prime, the second bite of the cherry wasn't really a thing. If you lost, you lost.
You lost, and then you've got to rebuild your career, come back, become mandatory, or beat someone decent to get your next shot, and that's where it still should be. Politics, money rules.
Money does rule. Junior Witter, thank you very much for speaking to IFL TV. Can I put you on the spot with someone actually before we go? No. I would love, because I was just having a little reminisce with someone about your career, because it was, I think, 2004 today where Floyd beat the man that you won your world title against, and we was having a little 5-minute reminisce, and I said I'd love to sit down with Junior and talk about his career. Obviously we're here at Fight Night, there are fights on we want to watch. Could I put you on the spot and say, can I come and see you and we will break your career down?
Definitely. Yeah.
Boss will be happy with that one.
Yeah, we can do that one.